What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we are doing something pretty special. This is a Kurumx VOD review, actually, and as you can see by me clicking around here, and I can tab around to all the different player POVs if I want to, this is one of these meta TFT replays that I can jump around, look at all the different games if I want to. This is just a replay file. Kurum did actually not stream this game. But I wanted to VOD review it because this is one of the first games that was played on the B patch. TFT moves pretty quick, and today was no exception. Patch dropped today, and then just a few hours ago, a B patch dropped to, one, fix some bugs that existed with the patch, and two, to kind of do some hotfix balance changes with some of the one-cost reroll that was really becoming dominant very quickly. Stuff like Teemo reroll, Primordian reroll, and Fate Weaver, Stargazer reroll type stuff all got nerfed pretty hard. And the comp that we're going to talk about today got buffed actually quite hard. If you tried playing around Master Yi at all prior to the B patch, you saw your Yi probably like floating around the board very slowly. It looked like he had like basically half move speed during his cast, which was just really, really awkward. Riot has bug fixed that, and it's my opinion that with all the changes to this Yi comp, this guy should have been broken, and the only thing holding him back was the bug. And so I really want to see what a game looks like without the bug. Going long already looks like a pretty decent augment option to play towards that. We have this okay brawler opener here, subservice. Subservice a great option these days. Maybe that would be actually the one that I'm looking at here just to get some early direction. Plandora's items is, I mean, it's solid enough to get yourself a Radiant. You just really need to know what you're going for in this spot. But he's going to roll this. Heart Commit's another one that I actually don't think is even that bad. But we do pick up the subservice here, and we get actually just this, the Kindred is the only direction that we have towards this line. But Kurum's going to use that as his direction this game. Says, you know what? I have a 3 Primordian opener here with a Kindred. I can slam this Gargoyle, and I actually have pretty decent odds of winning some of these fights. And so that's all I'm going to hold here. What was Stargazer this game? It was the Boar, so he didn't really want to go deep onto Xayah stuff. I'm a little surprised that he didn't want to play like a Xayah game from here, but I wonder if Kurum, he just thinks, you know what? This line is so good. I have this Primordian opener, which plays beautifully into it. We might as well just take this and play into it. I could certainly see that here, and we'll see how the game goes for Kurum. He is going to rotate into level 6 board here from At What Cost. This augment actually did get nerfed this patch, so it's a little worse, but still, the majority of the value of it is the fact that it pushes you to level 6 instantly, and that it is still going to do and be very, very obnoxious at that. So makes a lot of sense. So we're just going to continue to chill here on this opener. I will say, yeah, if you want to play this Master Yi comp, every single game, you should try to get to the Primordian opener. It's so easy. It has so many good item holders for Yi. The Briar or the Belveth can hold well. And it also just has a lot of natural ins to the units you want to play. I mean, we have this Kindred here, which is Challenger. We have the Akali that you want to play. That's Marauder. You have Urgot, who's a Brawler plus Marauder. You have all these units that you want to play on this board. We see plus, oh, this is a little broken. We do see this new option here, the Anvil transformation here. Whenever you get a component Anvil again, which I feel like this option is just quite broken here, and it looks like the majority of the lobby is taking it. I mean, yeah, just the fact that you get an Anvil for every component, I mean, yeah, I think this one's pretty broken, and I think almost the entire lobby ended up taking it. We will pop our Anvil here. Giant Slayer would be the slam if we're slamming 4 Yi items. His BIS on this comp and in all comps essentially that you end up playing Master Yi in is Giant Slayer plus Edge of Night +1. We can also actually do a Psionic check once we get a, I guess I could even team planner it. I mean, I think this should work. Check our Psionic. Sympathetic, so not amazing, but not even bad, because this Master Yi guy really, he doesn't actually need these items that badly, these Psionic items. If you look at the statistics, like it says Yi with 3 just regular items is basically the same as 3 with Yi with like 1 Psionic item on there. So this guy, you can really just play into him from this regular GS plus Edge of Night +1 setup that I'm talking about. Can be Quicksilver, can be some kind of healing onto him, can be even more damage. Really just make sure that he has the aggro drop, because this guy, he's not a rogue. He does not have any kind of aggro drop, and so it's very easy for him to just straight up die if you don't have the aggro drop, and then build GS on him, which is just a lot of damage for a unit like Yi that already has basically everything built into his skill. He's got attack speed, he's got Omnivamp built in, so like, what do you really need? You don't need to build a Gwynsu's onto him, you don't need to do all this kind of stuff. You can just build the GS onto him and have him just have very, very high DPS by being a really cool guy. Gonna get our 2, yeah, doesn't this boon seem broken? We just got 2 anvils, even though we're first place here. Get our second Kindred here, and the Thomas Kench, which is so nice on this board. Probably take Sword here with the idea of building towards Edge of Night. Is actually going to build the DB here just to get a good item onto Kindred here. We didn't have the opportunity to find Edge of Night, and to be fair, it's not a great slam onto the Kindred here. We have to make the Belveth too with our dupe here. I do wonder if you ever want to move items up to Belveth here, because it's a 3 Primordial and 2 Challenger Belveth, as opposed to just this Kindred, though the Kindred I think is going to be very, very good here as well. So I guess we will see here. Boxing Lesson sounds really, really nice in this comp. He's going to actually first roll it. Maybe just once. Does really like Focus Fire that bad? I'm surprised he rolled it that quick. Rolls, and ends up taking actually the components. Oh my god. But this is two anvils that we get off of this. Oh, that is so disgusting here. Surprised they didn't actually take, but I mean, yeah, I guess his thought process of I just want to slam for everything in the moment. I just want to be as strong as possible here. And QSS is another great slam in the moment. Good attack speed item onto the Kindred, and also going to be good onto Yi later. So yeah, not worrying about like making necessarily like BIS style items for Yi. Really just wants the tempo of making really good items for Kindred now. And then, you know, once we get to Yi, we can cross that bridge when we come to it, honestly. And we already still have the Giants there, which is great. The Quicksilver, which is great. The DB's probably going to stay on Kindred, but could even go into Yi. And the other thing is that with these item anvils that we're getting across the course of the game, I mean, it's just going to be so easy to handpick all of our items. So why shouldn't you just greed for your strongest items now and then get perfect items later? Didn't we just rotate into an Urgot player? Is this contested Urgot? I think this line is very, very good. Well, Robin just lost. Oh, no, he's Exalted Adventure, actually. Maybe he just had an Urgot on his board. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, no, it was Gershon Pro. That's what it was. Okay. We'll check. After we get Carousel here, Cryohex. Ooh, Cryohex actually you can use on a unit like Yi and just use it as a free heal when you have something like CC immunity. The only problem is I wonder if the QSS will wear off before you get the chance. Honestly, you might just take the full Edge of Night here. Kurum, yeah, he did take the full Edge of Night here. Makes a lot of sense. It's just, wait, what? Is this? Oh, it's not even, wow. Okay, this one's just broken. It's not even whenever you get a random component. It's whenever you would get any component here. So we actually take those 2 components off Carousel, and then it gives us 2. Wow, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm taking Anvil Transformation every time. There's no way that this is balanced, actually. This sounds like one of the best God Boons in the entire game. Like, I could take this, or like a few rolls from Ari or something. Like, nah, man. I mean, some of these new God Boons they added, they need to be balanced a little bit. I mean, or they just need to bring all the other God Boons up to the same level, right? This cannot exist with the other God Boons in the game, right? Like, I mean, yeah, but I mean, makes sense that Kurum took it, and it's put him into an amazing spot to play into this Yi line here. Is on his way. He's what? She's 2 rounds off of getting the next cash from Thomas Kench. Rotating into another guy who has kind of similar items, but this is the real Exalted Adventure guy who is going for this Gwen. Gwen Akali works, can work pretty nicely. We'll see actually what he ends up rolling here, holding on to these guys, the Gwens for sure. Yeah, we'll see what Mr. Songs ends up in here. Kurum, though, amazing spot. Managed to 8 streak this game after losing some early fights. And yeah, I mean, the Kindred's just done amazing work. The lobby, honestly, has been relatively weak, and he's just made all of these slams out of his anvils from his Kale boon. And I mean, it's making life really, really nice here. Picks up Maokai pair here. Really just have to figure out some potential utility items. We do pick up the Yi here, which is, oh my god, that is a Yi 2 just instantaneously. So now we can really see this guy pop off here. We've got great items for him. Is going to finish off what looks like Gwinsu's Rage Blade onto the Kindred here, and also has the belt open for nice stuff like potential Even Shroud, because this is not usually a line where you are, full all in on Nova. It's actually interesting, and we'll see as we get further into the comp. Also, the Yi looks like he is fully recovered from whatever problems that he was having earlier on in this patch, and can fly around the board at a regular speed, not in the situation where he is just so slow. You don't really need Tiny but Deadly. It's certainly not Hold the Line. I guess called Chaos, you can just default in spots like this. You could always Commerce score and look for 3-star 4 cost, but yeah, he's just going to take. I mean, it never feels bad to take this Augment here. And we're going to roll a bit for our board, find some news. They tend not to really fit on the board here. It does find Kindred 2, which is huge. And he is actually, interestingly enough, still playing 3 Primo on this board. Yeah, I feel like we do need to kind of get into some better stuff here. We do just have the 2 Brawler that we have sitting on bench here, which is a pretty straightforward way to play this line. It's just 4 Marauder, 4 Brawler here. But he actually seems kind of attached to playing the Nova here, especially because we have no Armor or Marshred, right? So he's actually going to still play the Nova on this board, mostly for the fact that we just need it, right? It's a cool idea just to say, you know what, yes, the kind of like standard version of the board is like 4 Marauder, 4 Bruiser, but we don't need it. We can just get the free prints off of Primordian, push levels off this kind of stuff, and it feels really good to fit this Aatrox onto the board. So yeah, like I'm saying, the normal idea is just cut Aatrox, cut Briar, get 2 Brawler in on top of this. Very, very easy to play, very, very straightforward. The synergies link up beautifully with the 4 Marauder, 4 Brawler. You're still getting Challenger in, you're still getting Nova in. It's really, really nice. But in a spot like this, where, yeah, we actually do really value the armor shred, we're actually not going to play 4 Brawler right now, the kind of like default of the board. We're just going to play this setup, and yeah, look at this Yi go. He's just cutting down that guy, 9.5k, and honestly, the Kindred also doing great work. That's one of the other things about this line, is just so much value in the other units as well. I mean, we could take more items. Loki, I kind of wanted to just take Acceleration Hex here. Only problem is it is going to mess with our positioning a bit here. Looks like we did... I actually can't see what color orb we got there. Looks like it is another Kale orb, and he says, you know what? Items is items. We need some items. I mean, you can never have too many. Well, you definitely can't have too many. But in this spot, we want to finish off our Kindred items, and we have tank items on the way. This grants us heal cut. We can use eventually this belt to become an Even Shroud. Ooh, this is a Darkstar +1 player. We'll say Darkstar +1 looking amazing in the stats, and one of the few things that did not get nerfed in the B patch, so definitely think this is something that's going to overperform. But who can stop this Master Yi, man? With the the extra attack speed, he is just absolutely unbelievable. I thought this was going to be a ping onto a 3-star 4-cost or something, but I guess we can do a quick flyer around the lobby, see if anyone is holding stuff on their bench. Doesn't really look like it at all. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone in this lobby is going for 3-star 4-costs. Not really sure what they were pinging, honestly. Wow, great positioning here so that Yi can walk up and aggro onto these guys, and he does not take aggro early, I will say. Versus these melees, I think Yi actually, yeah, he could potentially struggle here, but that's where the Kindred's going to pick up the slack and win another fight. 13 streak here for Kurumx. So my understanding then for Treasure Dragon here is it doesn't matter what you take, it just matters how many components. You actually want triple component here, or single component, I guess, but you'd really like triple component here. Oh, those don't turn into anvils. Okay, well, it's very good to know that. I would not have expected that, but for some reason, those ones that you get off Treasure Dragon don't turn into anvils, but the ones you get off Carousel do turn into anvils. Very, very strange, but I mean, once again, good to know, and does mean we can make a TG onto our dude here, which is not bad. Get our next level of our Augment subscription service, which ends up printing a Thomas Kench 2 for us, which is really, really nice here. And yeah, still just going to chill on this 3 Brawler board for now, and just fit in more Nova with the idea that we can push 9 very soon, but we don't even have any pressure on us saying that we have to push it now. I mean, we're 93 HP here. We can easily take 2 losses in the little next round, or, you know, 2 rounds from now, with a lot more gold to work with, and it looks like that's what we're going to do here. Just going to chill for one more, get a TK print into the Maokai too, which is really, really nice. And yeah, I mean, we're playing all these good brawlers. You know, the extra brawler that you would usually play onto this board is the Gragas, who we do have in shop here, but we do know that our Psionic is like not amazing though. Oh, it's actually sympathetic. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's weird. They baited me, actually. I scouted and I thought it was the HP one. Okay, well, sympathetic makes a lot more sense why we're kind of shying away from playing this vertical brawler. You know, normally, especially if you have like an AD item, it feels great to just fit this Gragas in here, get Psionic in here, have a great time. But Kurumx in the spot is saying, well, I don't actually, you know, care for the Psionic here at all. Sympathetic's not going to do anything on my board, so I'd rather just play this slightly weird, but I mean, it works. Set up here where now we're just going to fit Rost on this board with only 4 traits. It's not a ton of stats, but I mean, it's still a good amount of AS and Armor MR onto your entire board. You don't want to turn your nose up at that, especially because Brawler is a trait where you have a bunch of HP, so the Armor MR really, really crucial on that trait. Another fight versus 149. We're just going to clear him. I mean, you can really see almost every board in the game is going to have trouble DPS checking this Yi, just because he himself does a lot of damage, and he's also with Edge of Night just very, very hard to take down. So it makes a lot of sense that, you know, a board like Karma, how is Karma going to delete the Yi? You really need like a lot of single target damage. You need something like a Kindred actually to focus down the Yi. The problem is, you know, the Yi board is the one playing the Kindred. But hey, that's how it is. I will say a board like this, TF has a lot of single target. The Jax has a lot of frontline. This is a board I could see us struggling versus, and the Caitlyn, yep, just just mowing down the Master Yi there. The Kindred trying to do her best, but yeah, we are going to lose this fight finally, man. But I mean, Kurum, he's on his way to 10, and top 4 is already locked in. Picks up the Shen here, who's a fantastic in on this board. You know, just an easy Bastion to play with the Aatrox, and, you know, providing the extra stats for the Yi is fantastic here as well. So, yeah, I guess I haven't talked at all about, like, kind of Yi positioning. It's kind of interesting we have him so far back. I know I saw a tweet from Travis Scat, the EU player, and he said, you know, you basically always want to have your Yi on the front row, like the, you know, the top left hex here, or, you know, top right hex, but ideally top left hex here with the sword behind him. It seems like Kurum disagrees, and he definitely feels like in maybe some of these like anti-melee matchups, he doesn't want him to walk up, but neither of these boards are anti-melee, so kind of interesting that he wants him so far back here. Maybe the idea is just to ensure that the front line takes aggro, but I mean, they should always take aggro, so yeah. All right, level 10 is coming here, and there's a lot of stuff that we could play. Fiora, obviously, a nice 4th Marauder that you can cut some of the other Marauders for. Just means that you have to kind of figure out who you're cutting, because they're actually great traits to play in on this board. He's going to end up playing it over the Urgot, because, I mean, we're not playing 4 Brawler anyway, so we might as well do this, and we can just TG the Fiora. I mean, this board caps out so nicely now. Fiora got buffed. I mean, so many of the units on this board got buffed, and so this board should just cap disgustingly high here. As you can see, we beat Bunny Killia, who we lost before, and we just have 149 CM left to beat here. Once again, the cutscenes sadly are bugged a little bit on spectator mode, but it's kind of funny to see all the assets just kind of screwed up. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Roll it down here, finds Fiora 2. We could actually move the Yi items over to Fiora, but he opts to actually do the vice versa here, keep these items onto Yi. Just believes in Yi a little bit more as a carry, or maybe is just saying like, I'm not going to take all this time to do this. Yi goes around town and actually wraps on the right side here because of how the front line walks up. I don't know if it's what we wanted, but I think the board's so good that it does not matter. Yeah, that is going to be an easy dub for Kurumx here. Let's jump back to his board last second so you guys can kind of see it, what we ended up on here. But yeah, I mean, it's this really, really cool board where instead of, I mean, we're playing around this 4 Marauder core, fitting any Nova we can. Don't even really need to fit in the 5 Nova as we talked about, or we didn't talk about it, but we've talked about it in previous VODs. There's 5 Nova is not that crazy of a trait. You don't need to play this. Challenger good for the board. Bastion good. Brawler, I mean, all good traits. So yeah, really cool game from Kurum, and just showed the power of this comp, which I think is just going to be absolutely busted after the bug fix. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you enjoyed it, like the video. It is literally free. Helps me out a ton. This is my livelihood these days, and so anything you guys can do to help, especially that's free, I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, we're speeding up, especially with all these shorts I've been posting, to 50,000 subs. Oh my god, I'm so I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hit 50k. I'll do something crazy. I'm gonna shave my head at 50k. I'll do it for you guys. No, I'll do something fun. I gotta figure it out. Comment down below what you think about this Yi comp, what you think about the B patch, all that kind of stuff. Check out my Twitch down below, live every day, 8 a.m. Pacific time till roughly noon Pacific time, but sometimes a lot of times I go longer. And check out my Metafight down below. We got a weekly group coaching session tomorrow. We're going to talk about the whole patch, break it all down. So for those of you in that, I will see you there. And if you're interested, go check it out. All right, I will see you guys in the next VOD. Thanks for watching as always. Bye-bye.